Right, you have seen the videos, haven't you? The ones with the drone shots, the cheap, cold beer, the smiling, ever obliging partner, the promise of a simple life, far from the boss, the traffic, the incessant drizzle. You have bought the ticket, in your mind at least, for the Farang dream. Well, pull up a plastic chair, let us have a chat. The dream is real. It is just that reality has rather sharp teeth. My name is John, and I came here 5 years ago. Retired early from a job in logistics that involved a great deal of shouting into telephones. I had had enough of the M25, enough of microwave mills for one, enough of the glorious British summer, which, as you know, is typically 3 Tuesdays in July. I landed in Isaan with a suitcase full of linen shirts and a head full of nonsense. I pictured myself as a sort of benevolent, semi-retired Lawrence of Arabia, sipping whiskey on my veranda, respected by the locals, effortlessly fluent in the tonal nuances of the language. The honeymoon phase, as they call it, well, it was lovely. Everything was charming. The geckos chirping on the wall were a delightful house band. The blistering heat was a free sauna. The fact I could only say hello and thank you was part of the adventure. My then girlfriend, now wife Fawn, and her family were endlessly kind. I was a novelty, a walking ATM perhaps, but a cheerful one. Nevertheless, honeymoons, by their very definition, end. The first crack in the porcelain, so to speak, was that bloody rooster. He did not just crow at dawn. Oh no, he was an anarchist. He crowed at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., at noon, whenever the revolutionary spirit moved him. My idyllic veranda became a front line. My simple, rustic home had the soundproofing of a wet paper bag. Not only that, the thing they do not tell you, that the simplicity you crave is often just the absence of the comforts you took for granted. I would kill for a proper plug for the sink, or a shop that sells decent cheese that is not the price of a small motorbike. Ah, money. That is an assortment of problems. You hear Isaan is so cheap. However, compared to central London, it is. Nevertheless, the Farang price is very real and very irritating. Economic principle. The price for me is often double Fon pays. A motorbike repair, a piece of wood, a bunch of bananas is not just malice. It is just business. You are not a local, you are a resource. Then there is the family. I adore Fon's family, truly. However, the Western concept of a nuclear family independence does not translate. You are not just marrying a woman, you are adopting a village. The concept of bun kun, the debt of gratitude, is immense. You owe your in-laws for raising such a wonderful daughter. Besides, how is this debt repaid? Well, it starts with a new water pump for the house. Then it is a contribution to Uncle Somchai's new truck. Then it is the university fees for a niece you have never met. It is not a scam. Please understand that. It is their culture. You are now the most successful member of the family, and in Isaan, family is the welfare state. Your retirement fund becomes the village's infrastructure fund. It can cause tension. I have seen more marriages flounder on the rocks of a requested cement mixer than on infidelity. As if that was not enough, you would try to talk about it, of course. You would sit down, ready for a frank, open discussion about budgets. However, you will run head first into the great wall of face, the concept of not causing another person to feel uncomfortable or lose face. It is a minefield. Directness is seen as aggression. A simple no is a brutal instrument. You have to learn to talk in riddles, to hint, to use proverbs, to have a third cousin suggest something to an auntie who might mention it in passing. I once spent 3 weeks trying to explain that I did not like the fermented fish paste because the smell reminded me of forgotten childhood football kit. Every time I subtly brought it up, Fawn would just smile and say, "It is good for health." Then she would serve me more. I eventually had to stage a minor, entirely fictional medical event. The doctor says my Farang stomach cannot process the powerful Isaan spirit of the fermented fish sauce or paste. It worked. She understood, the doctor. She did not understand. I think it smells like death. Then there is the isolation. It is not just physical. It is linguistic and cultural. You can live here for a decade and still be an outsider, a spectator to conversation you cannot quite hear. You miss the banter, the shared cultural touchstones. Finding a like-minded soul to moan about the price of cheddar is a blessing. Most of the other expats you will meet are either blissed-out hippies who think fermented fish sauce is a superfood, or bitter old sods in a bar, complaining that the country is not more like Blackpool. Neither is ideal company. Furthermore, when the loneliness or the fermented fish gets to you and your body decides to stage a real protest, you will discover healthcare. There are some wonderful doctors in Thailand. Most of them, however, are in Bangkok. Your local clinic is fine for stitches and malaria, but if you need a nuanced discussion about your blood pressure medication, you had better have a medical dictionary and a very patient wife. I once went in with a sprained wrist and came out with a packet of pills, some herbal balm, and a blessing for a monk who happened to be passing by. It was comprehensive. On top of that, there is bureaucracy, the visas, the endless soul-destroying paperwork, the 90-day reports where you queue for an hour to prove you have not died or started a revolution. To make matters worse is property. Forget owning land. You can own the building, but not the land it sits on. That is a tangled web of leases and company structures and promises that can evaporate faster than a puddle in the hot season. The number of men I have seen lose everything because they did not do the paperwork properly. It is a graveyard of broken dreams, paved with poorly notarized documents. So, is it all doom and gloom? Am I just a grumpy old git? Well, yes, a bit. Nevertheless, it's not all bad, not by a long shot. The secret, you see, is not in trying to turn Isaan into Surrey with palm trees. It is in adapting. It is in surrendering to the chaos, but with your eyes wide open. Do your research, not just on property websites, but on the culture. Learn the language, not just the hello and thank you, but how much is it really? And, of course, that is a bit too spicy for my weak Farang stomach. It is hard. The tones would tie your tongue in knots. Nevertheless, the day you make a proper joke and a shopkeeper laughs with you, not at you, is a golden day. Build connections slowly. Do not try to buy friends. Help your neighbour fix his fence. Offer to drive someone to the hospital. Show respect to the elders. It is a slow burn, but eventually you stop being just the Farang and become Kun John, Fon's husband. There is a world of difference. I have a friend Brian, a Dow Scot, who arrived the same time as me. He fought everything. He was miserable. Then his wife's buffalo got sick. Brian, it turns out, had a way with large, stubborn animals. He saved the buffalo. He did not just save an asset, he saved face for the whole family. He is now Uncle Brian, the buffalo whisperer. He has never been happier. He found his niche. The reward for all this effort, this cultural gymnastics, is a sense of belonging you cannot buy. It is sitting on the floor with a dozen people, sharing a meal, grilled chicken and sticky rice, understanding about one word in 20, but feeling the warmth and the laughter. It is a stunning, raw beauty of the rice fields burning gold at sunset. It is a resilience and the humour of the Isaan people who have next to nothing but will give you the shirt off their back. So, the Farang dream. It exists. However, it is not a dream of ease. It is a dream of transformation. It is about trading convenience for character. You have to come with respect, with patience, and with a sense of humour. Also, for heaven's sake, learn to at least tolerate the fermented fish sauce. Isaan will not change for you. Nevertheless, if you let it, it will change you. What is more, most of the time, despite my best efforts to be grumpy about it, it is for the better. Now, if you would excuse me, I have a strategic meeting with a rooster. Wish me luck. Before I go, what is your Isaan story? Are you living a dream, or has reality taken a bite? Share your triumph and tribulations in the comments below. Let us have a good moan, shall we? Think you can do better? Or perhaps you think I'm talking utter nonsense. Good, that is the spirit. The comment section is the way. Do not be shy. I am told it is good for my character to be disagreed with. Not that I have ever seen much evidence of that. Not only that, but if you have not already, hit that like button and subscribe for more unsentimental tales from the land of smiles. Do you have your own Isaan story? We want to hear it, and so does that grumpy old sodder who narrated this. Join the conversation below. Was John right on the money or completely off the mark? Take care and goodbye.